Hey everybody, this is Christina Davis with Craft Muse, and I'm here today with a tutorial for the Minnie Mouse Zoom. I don't have one to show you yet because I haven't made Minnie yet, but I have filmed my Mickey Mouse Zoom, and this is how he came out looking, and Minnie Mouse is going to be pretty similar to him. She'll have some eyelashes, a bow, and then her dress will start up here, and then she'll have a skirt. And then little white bloomers or whatever you want to call those underneath. So this is Mickey, and if you like him, go ahead and make him. He'll be up on my channel at the same time as I put Minnie. And instead of doing red today, I'm going to use pink for the dress and the bow. So what you're going to need for the Minnie Mouse Zoom is I'm using a skin tone band for the face. And these are actually the off-brand band that I got at Joann's, just because I haven't sorted through my skin packs yet. So I've got those, and then I'm using the Rainbow Loom, just the regular black opaque bands. I'm going to be using the pink pearl from Rainbow Loom, and you can use red if you want. I mean, I think the Zoom she does have a red dress, but I feel like doing pink, so. And then I'm using white. Just the regular white opaque from Rainbow Loom. And then for the eyes, I'm just using the pony beads. These are the regular size pony beads that you can find practically anywhere that sells like crafty things. I have my hooks. I have two, one as a holding hook, and then one that I'm going to crochet with. And then I need a C-clip or a stitch marker. I'm just using a C-clip, and you'll need your loom. Just one, and it will have to be set up in the offset position. And this is just for the bow, and it's going to be the same exact bow that we made for Daisy Duck. So if you made the Daisy Duck, then you'll be familiar with that. Let's see, you'll need some polyfil, and then if you want to do some cheeks, some coloring in the cheeks, I'm using hair chalk, but you can also use regular makeup, regular chalk, paint, rubber bands, or nothing. So it's totally up to you. So yeah, let's get started on Minnie. And let's do the bow first, and then we'll do her ears and her feet and arms. Okay? So we're gonna I'm gonna use pink again. So I'm gonna double band or double loop my pink. And I've got it going diagonal towards my left, and then diagonal towards my right. And I'm going to go down. There's one. These are all double looped bands. There's two. And I'm going down a third time. 3. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Double looped bands down 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to go into the center on both sides with my double looped bands. So there's 1 and 2, and then I'll go down the center until I get down here with my double looped bands. Hopefully I've been in the camera the whole time. This is my 3rd tutorial I've filmed today, so there's 1, 2, 3, and then here's 4. Okay, and so make sure your bands are pushed down right there because we're going to be adding some more. So from this pin out to the left, we're adding a double looped band, and then doing the same thing to the right. Okay, so then we're going to go down 3 times on both sides. 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to go down this side here. 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm going to go into the center from my left and then from my right. And then I'm just going to fill in the center pins. Okay, now let's put our holding bands on. So these are still going to be double looped. We're going to put one up here in this triangle. And then we're going to make a triangle right below it. And another one. Right there. Okay, and then we're going to move down to this triangle here. And then right below it. And then another one right below. Okay, now let's add our capping band. So I'm just going to wrap one band around 3 times, creating 4 loops. Okay, and now we can loom this up. So I'm just going to go in through my capping band. I'm going to pick this up, it's easier for me to see. So I'm going in through my capping band and grabbing the top loops, and those are going to go straight up into the center. And then I'm grabbing my next top set, which is going to go to the right, and then my next set will go to the left. And so now I'm just going to loom up the left side, making sure I go in front of my holding bands. And then I'm going to loom up to the center. Okay, I'm going to loom up the center pins just straight up until I get to here. I'm going to stop right there and then start on the right side. And then looming into the center. Okay, so now I'm going to dig down past all these bands here and grab the top set only. So make sure you just have the top. And that goes into the center if you laid your bands the same way that I did. Okay, and then we're going to grab the next set, which is going to go to the right. And then go back down there and get the last set, which goes to the left. Then we're just going to loom these up, so I'll start with the left side. And then going into the center. I'm going to go up the center. And then I'm going to go on the left. Okay, so let's just grab another pink band to tie off with. So I'm going to go in through all of these bands here, pull up my tying off band, and then I'm just going to create a slip knot. Okay, so now we can just take the bow off of our loom carefully. it. So this is what we have. You can stretch it apart a little bit. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is weave this tying off band down the center. So I'm going to go in through one side of the center stitches and bring it out. And then I'm going to go on the other side and grab it through. I'm just going to weave until I get into about the center area here. So now I'm going on the other side and pulling this through. I can't see it. Okay. I'll do that one more time over here. Okay, so now I've got my band in the center, and then I'm just going to wrap the remainder of this loop around the center of the bow. It's really tight, so I think I'll just leave it once, and then I'll grab 2 more bands and then just wrap those around my bow, just to make it look a little more like a bow. If you have any like bling or anything, you could totally add it like to this area here. It'd be pretty. I have some, but I just don't feel like doing it. Okay, so here's your bow. We can set that aside for now, and we can set our loom aside as well. We won't need that anymore. Okay, so let's work on the ears. I'm going to be using black, and we're going to need to make 2 ears. So we're going to start off with our magic ring with 6 stitches in it. So I'm going to grab 1 black and wrap it around my hook 2 times, creating 3 loops. I'm going to take 1 band, pull my capping band onto that band, and then I'm going to put this end onto my hook. So then I have this. I'm going to hold onto my capping band and then just slide this band here through this band. So just like that. Now I'm going to go back through my capping band, making sure I'm going through the whole entire thing. I'm going to grab another band. This is band number 2, and I'm sliding it through the capping band only and putting that band back onto my hook. So now I have 3 loops on my hook, and I want to bring this loop through these 2. So just using my hook to do that. Going back through my capping band, and I'm going to repeat this 4 more times. So this is band number 3. Here's number 4. Here's number 5. And then here's number 6. Okay, so this is what you should have now. This is called your magic ring, and I'm going to make sure that I have 6 stitches. And your stitches are the things that look like V's. So each one of those counts as a stitch. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the loop on my hook counts as a stitch. So that will be number 6. Now if you like to use a stitch marker, you'll want to place it in that band that is on your hook, just so you can tell when that round is, your next round is finished. Okay, so for round number 2, we're going to be doing a single crochet followed by an increase, a single crochet followed by an increase, single crochet, and then an increase. An increase is just 2 single crochets in the same stitch. So our first stitch will just be a single, and like we did with the magic ring, we're just going to pull 1 band through that stitch. So we have 3 loops on our hook, and we want to bring this loop through these 2 loops, and that is a single crochet. So our next stitch over we're going to do 2 of those in that same stitch. So there's 1, and now I'm going back through there, and here's 2. Our next stitch over will be a single. So there's 1, and then our next stitch will be 2 crochets. So here's 1, and then our next one. Okay, our next stitch is a single. And then our last stitch will be a double. I'm just going to take out my C-clip for now because it gets in the way. Okay, so I'm going to go in and do 2 single crochets in my last stitch. Okay, so we've just completed row 2, and that's it for the ear. So you should end up with 9 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So if you have 9, go ahead and go into your next stitch, just like that. Grab a black band and pull it through all of the loops on your hook, just like that, and then make a slip knot and just tie it off. And we can set that aside with our bow. And you'll need to make 1 more of those, so if you want to pause the video, go ahead and do that and make your other ear. And then we'll do the feet. Okay, so for the arms and the feet, they're basically the same thing. Well, they are the same thing. So I'm just wrapping my band around 2 times, creating 3 loops. And the arms and the feet are just a magic ring with 6 stitches in it, and that's it. So I'm pulling my cat band onto my band and reclaiming it on my hook. I'm going to do my going through there. Now I'm going to go through my center, pull up band number 2 through my capping band only. So that's number 2. This will be number 3. This will be number 4. This will be number 5. And then 1 more. Number 6. Okay, so just make sure you have 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Don't tie this one off. This is where you're going to use your other hook to hold on to it for now, or you can use a pencil or your loom or whatever you like to use. So I just stuck that on there. You're going to need to make 3 more of these, and then we'll start working on the actual body. Okay, so this is what you should have now. We have our 2 arms and our 2 feet. They're the same thing. And then our ears and our bow. Now we can start working on the body. So just set those aside. I just wanted to show you what we had gotten finished to this point. So you want to string your eyes on to your bands. I'm using the pony beads, and I'm just going to stick 1 band through in the nude. I'm using the skin tone color, so I'm sticking 1 through there and then another one through that next eye. If you don't have the beads and you're going to be using the bands, you can either use 1 single band or 2, whatever you want, and then just wrap them around 3 times, making 4 loops on your hook, and then taking your skin tone color or whatever you're using and move your bands over onto that one and slide it into the center, and so that would be your eye. So you'd use it the same way you'd use the beads. So you have that option, or you could use buttons, or what else? Safety eyes. No eyes. I don't know. It could be a blind Mickey. I don't know. Okay. So we're gonna be starting off with the skin tone color. Now, for this Minnie Mouse design, there are some color changes involved, and to do that, we're going to have to do a lot of slip stitching. Well, I don't know what the technical term is called, but I mean, I'm calling it slip stitching. So the way that we do that is, I'll show you when we get to the point, but the first Mickey Mouse that I made, this isn't it. This is the one with the cleaner color change. But the first one that I made was not messy, but it just, you could see like really well where I was changing colors. And so by doing the slip stitching that I'm going to show you later, it creates a cleaner transition of colors. So yeah, I'll try to explain that to you when we get to that point, which will be kind of soon. So okay, so we're starting off with our nude, and we're going to start with a magic ring of 6 stitches. So I'm wrapping this around my hook 2 times, making 3 loops, and our magic ring is going to have 6 stitches in it. So there's 1, and I have to bear with me on these bands because they're very sticky. There's 2, there's 3, there's 4, five, and then 1 more to make 6. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to replace my C-clip right there. And so let's go around in each of these stitches with 2 single crochets. So we're increasing all the way around so that we end up with 12 stitches. Okay, so I'm going to go into my first stitch. So here's my first single crochet. Going back into that stitch, doing my second single crochet. Okay, and then my next stitch over, I'm going to do the same thing. 2 crochets in this stitch. So that was 1, and now here's 2. Next one. Gosh, 1. My kids are being loud right now. Here's 2. Next stitch over. Here's 1. Here's 2. Okay, the next stitch over. Here's 1. 2, and then I'm taking my C-clip out, and I'm going into my last stitch with 2 single crochets. So there's 1. Oh my goodness. 2. They're so loud. I apologize for that. Okay, so we have 12 stitches now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so our next row, which is row 3, we're going to be adding our eyes, excuse me, to this row. And we're also going to be doing 1 color change here. So just pay attention to what I'm doing. So the pattern that we're following is we're going to do 1 single crochet followed by an increase, a single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase. We're doing that all the way around. Just don't skip ahead of me though, because I'm going to show you where to place the eyes and then where we're doing the 1 color change in this row. So our first one is just a single crochet with the nude. our second stitch will be 2 single crochets. So there's 1, and there's 2. Okay, and then our third stitch is where we're going to add our eye, one of our eyes. So I'm keeping 1 loop. I'm not holding on to one of the loops. So you'll grab that, pull it through, center it as much as you can, and then grab the other end, and then just do your crochet. Okay, so that counted as a single crochet. So then our next stitch will be a double crochet. Just make sure I'm getting in the right one. Okay, so double here, or a single, 2 single crochets. So there's 1, here's 2. Okay, our next one will be a single. There's 1. Next one will be an increase. So 1 and 2. Our next one will be a single. Next one is a, oh, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, a double. Alright, so then our next one will be our eye, our other eye. So I'm going to go through, grabbing one end of my eye, pulling it through and grabbing the other end, and then doing the crochet. So that was a single, and then we're going to go on to a double. Or an increase. I know double crochet isn't the right term, but okay, the next one is a single. And then we're going to be ending with, let's see, I think this is where we change to black. Yes, so our double is actually going to be in black. So our last stitch, we're switching to black. Alright. Now for this color change, this is what we're going to be doing. I'm going to take my black. Each time I start a new color, this is how I'm going to start it. I'm going to take my black and pull it through all of the loops on my hook, and then grab both ends on there, and then I'm just going to do like a slip stitch. Or a stitch, a slip knot. So don't pull tight, you know, like you would with a regular slip knot. Just do it like that. Go back through to make your second crochet, and just do that regular, like you would any normal one. Okay, so that counted as 2 crochets in that stitch. So now we should have 18 stitches all together. Let's count. There's 1, 2, 3, and then you have a tiny one. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Yep, okay. Now one thing that you're going to have to pay attention to is, since we're doing this slip stitch, it creates this weird, let me get my other hook so I can point better to it. It creates this weird stitch. Like, I don't know if you can see it that well, but there's a stitch here that kind of goes off out there. Instead of going like this, it's going out. Anytime we come up onto these stitches when we're stitching around, we're just going to skip these. They don't count as a stitch. So I know it can be a little bit confusing, but they're kind of easy to tell which ones that you're not going to be using. So, and I'll try to kind of, you know, warn you about it. Oh, here comes a weird stitch. Skip it, okay? So, okay. So that was the end of row 3. And now we're going to move on to row 4, and our pattern for that will be 2 single crochets. So a single crochet, and then an increase. Single crochet, increase. We're going to do that all the way around. However, you want to stick with me because we are going to be adding some more black to it. So our first stitch is actually going to be black, but we don't have to do any kind of special color change because we've already on black right now. So we're just going to do our single crochet. Our next stitch is going back to nude. So here we're going to do like our slip stitch thing again. So anytime you change back to the color, you're going to want to do the same thing as well. So I'm taking my nude band and bringing it all the way through all of the loops on my hook, and then reclaiming that, and then just doing like a slip knot, and that counts as my single crochet. Because what you've got is that weird, you end up with that weird stitch and then your regular one on your hook. So that counts as a single crochet. Okay, so we just did 2 single crochets, and now we're going to go into our next stitch and increase there with the nude. So there's 1, and there's 2. Our next stitch, which will be the smaller one right next to the eye, will be a single crochet. And then our next one is a single. 5. And then our next one will be 2 single crochets in the same stitch. So there's 1 and 2. I'm trying to like remember which stitch we're actually on right now, so I can remember where I'm putting the black. 1. Let's see, I did a single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, what did I end with? A double? Okay, so I'm going back to my single crochets over here. And then I'm going to do another single crochet in the next stitch. Okay, I'm going to do an increase over here in my next stitch. I'm sorry if I'm kind of slow. Okay, and then I'm going to do single crochet in the next 2 stitches. I just want to make sure I'm getting the color change in the right areas, so I just have to think a little bit. So I just came up with this like last minute. Okay, so we just did our 2 single crochets, and now we're going to do an increase here. So there's 1, and here's 2. Okay, now going into that tiny stitch next to the eye is a single crochet. Okay. Alright, so now I did my single crochet. I'm going to do another single crochet, but now I'm switching to black. So I'm pulling my black through all of the loops, reclaiming onto my hook and doing my slip knot. So that was my single crochet. And then I'm going to do an increase here with the black. So here's 1. And here's 2. Okay, I'm going to do a single crochet here in my next stitch over. skipping my weird loop there. I'm going into the next one with black with a single crochet, and then I will be ending with a double, so, or an increase. So here's one, and here's two. And just so you know, I switched to black on stitch number 14. So if you kind of got lost, just know to start switching to black from stitch 14 all the way till you get to your C-clip. Okay, so that's row 4. And now we have 24 stitches, and this is as big as we're going to get for this design. So what we're going to do is stitch around, so we're just doing single crochets all the way around, but we're going to be having color changes. So the first 2 stitches that we're going to do are going to be in black. So let me get some more black over here. Okay, so here's one. And then here we're coming up on another one of those weird stitches. Just skip that entirely and go into the nude stitch here. So that's 2. Okay, so now we're going to be switching back to nude. So from stitch 3 to stitch 16 is going to all be nude. So here I'm going to do my slip stitch thing, whatever it's called, I don't know. Okay, so I've got that. So that was my one single crochet. So that was stitch 3. Here's 4. Here's 5. Here's 6. Here's 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. And here's 16. And now we're switching to black all the way to the C-clip. So let's go in through this nude one here and pull up through all of the loops and do my slip knot. Okay, I have a weird tiny stitch right there, so I'm going to skip that one and just continue in the next stitch over all the way till I get to my C-clip. Wow, it suddenly got quiet. Alright, so I'm on my last stitch here. I'm going to take out my C-clip and put it back here. Now if you're uncomfortable with this whole color change thing, go ahead and just do it like you would do a regular color change. So just, you know, if I say do a color change, just go through the stitch and just bring it up through normal, like you're doing a normal single crochet. It's up to you. I mean, it's not going to turn out horrible. It's still going to look good. I'm just kind of, you know, picky about some things, so that's why I'm doing it this way. But I hope I'm explaining it okay to where you can do it. So, okay. So what row was that? That was row 5, and now we're on row 6. So for this row, we're going to do 3 stitches in black, And then nude, we'll do stitch 4 through 13 in nude, and then 14 through 24 in black. Okay, hold on, I need a drink of water. Okay, so let's start. And again, we should still have 24 stitches. And these are just single crochets. So there was 1, here's 2, and then here's my weird stitch going that way. So I'm skipping that one, going into the next one. Here's 3. Okay, now I'm going into the nude. This is stitch 4, and I'm doing my slip stitch. So I'm bringing it through all my loops, reclaiming, and then just doing the slip knot. So that was number 4. So we want to go all the way to 13 with nude. So here's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Okay, so for the remainder, we're gonna do black. So let's go in through here, grabbing our black. That one's kind of stretchy. Okay, grabbing our black and bringing it through all the bands and doing a slip stitch. Okay, and then continuing on. Okay, and then we have our little weird stitch here. So I'm skipping that one. Okay, last one here. All right, so now we are on row 7. We are continuing with our single crochets around with the in our 24 stitches. Our first 4 stitches will be in black. So here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, and then we have our weird stitch going out. It's in nude. We're going to skip that one, go into the next one, and here's 4. Okay, and now from 5 to 12 will be in the skin tone. So I'm going to do my switch. So again, I'm just pulling it through all of my loops and slip knotting it. So that's number 5. Here's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, and then the rest will be black. So let's do our color change, and then we'll be skipping that weird black stitch, going into our next stitch, and we'll go all the way around to our C-clip with single crochets. So I apologize if you guys ever hear any like extra noises in my videos. I live in a 2-bedroom, like, I guess condo, I guess is what it would be considered. So I don't have the luxury of having like a separate crafting room, which would be like glorious. But yeah, that would be like so awesome to have. But so I do this in my bedroom, and my husband watches the kids. I usually try to do this when they're sleeping, but I had so many that I had to film today that I wanted to get it done while they were still awake. So okay, so we just finished that row. That was row 7, and now we're going to work on row 8. So if you flip him around and you see the front of her, not him, the front of her face, you can see that our color changes look really nice. It looks like a little boy. Okay, so for row 8, we're going to do 5 black, and then from stitch 6 to 11 will be in skin tone, and then 12 to 24 will be black. So if at any point after we get finished with a row, if you want to check to make sure that you still have 24, just to make sure that you didn't accidentally go in one of those weird stitches or, you know, something like that, go ahead and do that, and that way you can just, if you got it wrong, you can just take it apart and restart that row again. But as you can see here, our weird stitches are pretty much in the same areas. Like this side is always nude and this side is always black. Those are the two that we always want to skip. So it's probably kind of late to be telling you that now, but okay, so 5 blacks. So there's 1. And I think this is our last row of color change. So there's 3. 4. And then we're skipping that nude one. Let me just get some more bands out here. Oh my goodness. So much energy kids have. Okay, so I did 5 blacks. Now I'm going to switch back to the nude or the skin tone. So that was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, and then we'll switch back to black. So right here will be black, and actually I think we can put, oh wait, I lied, we're not done with our color changes yet. Okay, so la 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 la, color change in black, skipping that weird stitch there, and then continuing to your C-clip with black. Okay, and then we're on our last one. Okay. Let's put our C-cup back in there. Okay, yeah, I was telling the truth. We are done with our color changes. So we can get rid of our nude because we're not going to need that anymore. Oh yeah, we will for the nose. So we'll do that in a little bit. We'll do the little nose and stuff later, but you only need like a few of those, like 6. No, maybe like 8 for that. So I'm gonna put those aside. Now we're gonna go to our dress color. So whatever color you're using for your dress, like I said, I'm using pink. So I'm getting my pink out. And we're just going to actually just go around for 4 rounds in the 24 stitches. But we will have to add our arms to this. So we're going to do row 9, just doing single crochets all the way around with our dress color. And yay to no more color changes. Well, I mean we will, but it's just regular color changes from now on. Just for the behind will be our next one. Okay, but I still have to make sure that I'm skipping this weird stitch and that this is the last time I'm going to have to skip these, so. I was thinking like some people don't have like the skin tone color, so I was thinking it might look cool to make like either the Mickey or the Minnie in like the black and white version of Mickey Mouse. So I guess like maybe use white for the face and then black for, you know, the black part, and then like a gray for the dress. I think that would be cool. I was thinking about doing it, but I've made enough of these already, so. Okay, so I'm skipping this one here. Just going around, round, round, round. Oh no. Okay. Okay, so this is row 9. We're almost to the end. Oh, that one's too thin. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm in my last stitch, and this is where we're going to be adding our arms in this next row around. So this is row 10. Okay, so our arms will be added in stitch 4 and stitch 10. So let's do our single crochet in 4 stitches. So here's 1, here's 2, here's 3. Okay, stop right there and just set her down for now. Okay, grab one of your feet, arms, whatever they are. Take that loose loop that's on your hook and then go through the first stitch in your magic ring and then grab a pink band and bring it all the way through all of those loops. Okay, so then we're going to go through our next stitch, which is number 4, and we're going to grab up, just like we did the eyes, we're going to grab one end, bring it through, not through that loop, bring it through, and then reclaim the other end. I'm keeping my arms on the outside of Minnie, and then I'm just going to do my single crochet just like normal. Okay, so that was stitch number 4, and then when we get to 10 we'll add the other one. So here's 5, here's 6, 7, 8, 9, okay, and now we're at 10. So put her down for a moment, grabbing another arm. We're not on the feet yet. Get it together, Christina. Okay, so we're gonna go through the next stitch and then grab a pink band or whatever color you're using for the dress and bring it through, and then just hold on to that, grabbing your Minnie again and going through your next stitch, grabbing one end, bringing it through, and reclaiming the other end on to your hook, keeping your arm on the outside and doing your single crochet. Okay, and then we can just continue around till we get to our C-clip. And then after we complete this row, we're going to have to just go around 2 more times. So once I reach the end, I'm going to pause it. You guys can pause the video and meet me back here once you've completed your 2 rows around after this one. And every once in a while, just check to make sure you've got the right number of stitches. We're at 24 still. I know I need to check. I haven't checked. Alright, so here's my last one. Now go ahead and continue on. So do 2 more rows. Just the single crochets around, and then meet me back here when you're finished. I've completed my 4 rounds of the pink now, and what I'm going to do here is I want to start adding the ears and the nose and the bow. So I'm just going to go into my next stitch over and temporarily fasten off by bringing my band through all of the loops on my hook and then tying a slip knot. So I just did it with a different color, it doesn't matter. Alright, so we need to make the nose, and then we need to add our ears. So grab those. Let's grab some of our skin color bands. So for our nose, we just need to make a magic ring with 6 stitches in it. So I'm wrapping my band around 2 times, creating 3 loops, and I'm going to pull up 1 band through and do my crochet, go back through, bring my bands through the capping band only, and then do my crochet, going back through my capping band, so that was 3, I think, and I think this will be 4. Here's 5, and then our last one, which will be 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then I'll just tie this off, so I'll go into my next stitch over, grabbing another skin tone and bringing it through and tying a slip knot. And then from there, I'm just going to go directly across from that tying off band and get another tan or skin color band and bring it through and tie a slip knot. Okay, so that's what you've got. Now I'm going to take one nude band. I'm going to take a black band and wrap it around my hook once. Then I'm going to grab all of the loops on my hook and wrap it around again. And then I'm going to take one more and wrap it again. So I've created 5 loops on my hook just because I want a tighter nose. So I'm going to take my skin tone band and then just move this onto there and just center it. So that's your little nose, and then it's gonna go onto, I guess you can call this like a snout, I don't know. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is go through each side and pull each one of these bands through. So I'm gonna go through where my tying off band is and pull that through, and I'm going to keep, actually you don't have to, I'm going to keep this one that I just pulled through on my hook just so it doesn't fall out. And then I'm going to go directly across the other side and grab the other band that's holding the nose. Okay, so now you have the 2 bands from your nose on your hook, and then you can just tie a slip knot. Stretch your magic ring out just a little bit so it will curve. And then you can just tuck this band here, like in one of these stitches in the back. You don't have to pull it tight, just so you know it won't come out. It won't show when it's on the face anyways. Okay, so we've got our face. And we're just going to place it where you want. Totally up to you. You can do it up here. Just kidding. I'm going to do it right here. Like a little bit lower than the eyes. I'm centering it. So I'm just going to go through one hole here and pull that through. And then on the other side, I'm going to go through the next one. And pull it through, and then just make sure that you have it centered and that it's where you want it. And if it is, then turn your face inside out and take these 2 loose bands and tie them in a knot together. Okay. So there's my little nose. I think she's going to be really cute when she's done. Alright, so let's add eyelashes. If you want to add eyelashes, you don't have to, but I'm going to. So, I'm trying to see if I have my scissors around here somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to turn her face inside out again because I want to attach the eyelashes in there. So, let's see. I'm just going to go through these. Okay, so here's your eye, and then you can see some stitches that are like right in the upper corner of her eye. I'm just going to go through those, just like that, and then I'm going to bring through a black band and tie a slip knot. I'm going to do that on the other side, so I have my 2 bands here, which I'm going to tie a slip knot through. Actually, I'm going to come through the top so that they lay right. Okay, and then flip her back over. And then just go in the corner of her eye and find those black bands that you just tied off. That is totally... If it's like going into the eye, what you can do is just go through the stitch that you put the slip knot on and then grab it and bring it up through it so that it will sit correctly, hopefully. So yeah, just by doing that, it made it sit nicely. I'm going to go through the other top corner of my eye and grab the black band, if I can find it. And I'm going to do the same thing, so just going to go through here and bring it up through. Make sure your slip knot is on there tight enough so that it won't come loose. It's really hard to get these like eyelashes perfected because they're just going to go different ways if they want to. But, so that's what I have. I'm just going to clip these. Okay, so she has her little eyelashes. I don't know if you can see that well, but there's her eyelashes. Okay, so let's add her ears now. Let's see. I'm trying to think because I don't want. Let's see. I might add the bow first just so I know where to place the ears. So I want the bow to be at the very top of her head, almost to where the nude starts. So let's see, how do we want to do this? I'm just gonna flip my bow. Actually, it doesn't matter which side is which, it doesn't matter. I think I'm gonna bring through a black band. So I'm gonna go through the back of my bow, go through all of those loops that you made the center with, and then I'll just bring a black band through. Just like that. So I'm leaving, you know, one end here and one end here. And then I'll place it on Minnie where you want it. And then I'll just stick my hook through somewhere that kind of lines up with those loops that you have. So I'll just pull that down, and I want to keep that on my hook just so I don't lose it. And then I'll go on the other side and grab the other loop. Okay, so I have so that's what I have now. And then I'm just going to do like a slip knot kind of thing, but it won't hold, so I'm going to go through a stitch in the inside of her head, like that. And then I'm just going to tie it off with the black band. The slip knot. If you want to secure it more, you can too, which I think I might, but I'll do that later. Let me just add her ears first. Yeah, that looks funny. Okay, I'm going to do that now. I'm going to go through the middle row of her bow and then through somewhere in her top of her head, just the top stitches, and then I'll bring the band through those and do a slip knot. Whoops. So I'm just tying my slip knot, and then these can just be hidden into the head. Okay, and then I'm going to do the other side the same way, just so it sits a little flatter instead of like poofing out weird. I don't know. Okay. Okay, so now I'll just tuck these in. That's a lot better. Oh, come on. My brain isn't thinking right now. It just doesn't want to work anymore. It's like, no more rainbow loom, please, for tonight. Give me a break. Okay. So, that looks a lot better. Alright, so for our ears, we've got our tying off band in the center, and then we want to add 2 more. So we'll go to the next stitch over and pull a tying off band in there and tie a slip knot. And then on the other side of the tying off band, we'll tie another slip knot. And then we'll do our other ear, the same thing. So our tying off band, and then we're going to go over the next stitch and do a slip knot. And then over here, slip knot. Okay. And so then find a place where you want to put your ears. Let's see. I think I'm going to put them like kind of behind the bow. Well, I don't know, because for Mickey, I put them up here. I'm going to put them up here. So line your center one up with where you want it to be. So I'm going to put it here. So my center band will come through this hole here. Everybody's is going to be different, so it's not going to be exactly the same. And then I'll grab the other, and I still have the band on my hook from that center band. Okay, and then I'm going to go through here and grab the other side, keeping that band on my hook. Where did that one go? Oh, it's right here. Okay. And then I'll go on the other side by the bow and get the other end. Let's see. I don't like that. I'm just going to go a little bit closer to the bow. Probably driving you guys crazy with all my corrections. Why do I have this many bands on my hook? What is that? What is this? Okay, so grab your 3 loops, and it's kind of hard to tell, but if you like the way that your ear looks, then go ahead and tie it. So I'm just going to tie it in a knot. But we have 3 loops, so I'm going to take 2 sets of loops and just tie those in a knot. And then I'll take one of these that I tied in a knot and tie it with this extra one that hasn't been tied in a knot yet. Okay, so there's one ear. Ooh, she's chubby. Chubby, chubby. Okay, there's one ear. Let's do the other one. So, same process. I can't see what I'm doing. Wait, which one did I just grab? Okay, got one more. Oh gosh. Did I tell you guys already that this is my least favorite part? Yes, I think I told you a billion times. Okay, so that's good enough for me. I don't care. So I'm going to tie a knot. And then I'll take one of these and tie a knot to the loose end. Oh my goodness, okay. Alright, so there we go. We got our face on. Yay! So we can continue with our rounds, and we're still in the pink. So let's see, how many more rounds do we have to do? 13, 14, and 15. So we have 3 more rounds in the pink. In the last round of pink, we're going to be adding the feet. So let's go ahead and do 2 of the rounds, just regular single crochets. So take out your temporary tying off band and then replace your C-clip. And so we're going to continue on in 24 stitches or single crochets. You could really make Minnie like really shimmery by putting little jewels onto the bands and just crocheting them in, just like we did with the eyes. You just put like rhinestones and stuff, rhinestone beads. It'd be really pretty. It'd be really cute. Okay, here's my last stitch. Okay, now I'm going to go around again, just single crochets. I was just checking the time on my camera because I have to like record in increments because I haven't like programmed my, I guess, card, my SIM card or something. I'm not sure, but I guess if you wanted to record longer than 30 minutes, you have to like format it or something, and I don't know. I'll do it eventually, but for now I have to make sure that I don't go over 30 minutes, otherwise I'll just be like doing this and I won't even be recording, and I've done that a couple of times, so just have to keep making sure. So that's why like you'll always see these like transitions into the next section, because I had to stop my camera. Or my phone. I'm using my phone to record. Alright, so that was the end of row 2. Well, actually that's row 14. Okay, so now on our last row, we're going to add our feet. Okay, so our foot is going to go in stitch 2. So let's put our C-clip back in there. We'll do our first regular crochet. Okay, put her down for a moment. Grab one of your feet. Go into the next stitch over. And I'm going to pull up with pink. I'm going to hold on to that. Okay, I'm going to grab one end. No, stay. Oops. Alright, I'm going to grab one end through, and then I'm going to put the other end onto my hook and making sure my foot's on the outside and pulling that through. Okay, so that was stitch number 2, and then our other foot is going to go on number 8. So So let's go around to number 8. So here's 3, here's 4, here's 5, here's 6, 7, and then now we're going to be on 8. So I'll grab my last foot, bring through your dress color band, go through your 8th stitch, pull it up, reclaim, and crochet. Alright, so we can go all the way around to our C-clip. And then after this, we'll switch to white and start to close her up. And then we just have to do her little skirt thingy-majiggy and her tail, if you want to add a tail, and stuff her. And her cheeks. Alright, so I've got this last one here. Yep, okay. So let's replace your C-clip, and then now we'll switch to white. So I'm just going to put my pink aside for now. And I'm gonna grab my white. Okay. So this is row 16 that we're on now, and we're gonna start decreasing. So we want to end up with 18 stitches. So we're going to do, in the first 2 stitches, we're going to do a single crochet, and then followed by a stitch together, a decrease. So let's, and then we'll do that pattern all the way around. So 2 single crochets and then a decrease, 2 single crochets and a decrease. And we should end up with 18 stitches. So let's do our first single crochet with white. I'm doing white now. And then we'll go into our next stitch and do another single. Okay, so for those of you who aren't familiar with a decrease, what we are going to do is go through the front loops of our next stitch, and then the next stitch over the front loop of that one. So I have both of those on my hook. I'm going to grab my white and bring it through both of those stitches, and then just, you know, continue on like you're doing a regular single crochet. So that was called a decrease, or a stitch together. So I'm going to continue on with my single crochets. So there's 1, and now here's 2. Okay, so now I'm going to stitch together the next 2 stitches. Continuing with my single crochets. Here's 1, here's 2, and then a decrease. Single crochet, single, decrease, single, single, decrease, single, single, and then I'm ending with a decrease. Taking my C-clip out, and then the last 2 stitches will be a decrease. Okay, put your C-clip back in, and we're going to do another decrease. This time we're just going to do 1 single crochet and then a stitch together, or decrease. So we're going to do that all the way around, single crochet, decrease, single crochet, decrease, till we end up with 12 stitches. So here's a single, then I'm going to do my decrease, single, then a decrease, single, decrease, single, decrease, single, decrease, a single, and then a decrease in our last 2 stitches. And now we should have 12. I'm going to push that down a little bit because now I want to start stuffing her. Where is my stuffing? Okay, so I'm using polyfil. Use anything that you want. You can use the polyfil that you can get at most craft stores. You can use plastic bags. You can use socks, cotton balls, tissue, paper towels. There's a lot of options. So I can stuff her pretty good. The only part, well, no, because it's white, so I'm going to stuff her pretty good. The Mickey one was a little bit harder to stuff, just because since her butt is white, it will be easier to add more stuffing there that won't show as much, whereas Mickey had a red butt, so... Oh, she's cute. I just wish her ears would stay up. That. I just want to flap over. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more. Okay, I think that's good. And And now I'm going to continue with a decrease. This time it's just going to go all the way around. So we have 12 stitches left right now. We're going to stitch together all of those. So each one we're going to go around and do 6 total decreases. So I'm starting off with my first 2. I'm going to grab my white and bring that through. So this is 1. And I'm going to go to my next one. This is 2. My next one. This is 3. My next one will be 4. My next one is 5. And then my last one is 6. Oh yeah, I'm just going to bring this all the way through, all the loops. Wait, no I'm not. Okay, let's try that again. Just do your stitch together. Just okay. A regular crochet, and then I'm going to add another band to that one, just making like a slip knot, and we'll just use this to thread around our opening just to close it up a little bit better. So I'm going through the top loops in my 6 stitches, so I'm just going around. I'm bringing this through the top loops only. And if you can't find all 6 of them, it's fine. It usually will close up with just 4, but because they can be a little bit difficult to see once they're that close together. Okay, so once you've gotten it through, just give it a little tug to pull a little bit tight. And then we're going to go through a stitch right next to your tying off band. Bring it through. And then where I brought that band through, I have, here's the band right here. Wait, where is it? Okay, let's try that again. I'm going to go through a different stitch. Okay. I'm going to go through a further one away from the tying off band, and I'm going to bring it through. So I have that. That's from this band here. I'm going to go through this part, grabbing this end, and pulling that. And then I'm going to just tuck this in the body somewhere. Woo, I got that one easy. Usually doesn't happen. Okay, so there she is. We still need to make her little skirt. I need to practice one earlier today. So I think the zoom that I've seen, they're just kind of like on the back of her body. It just goes on the sides. It doesn't wrap all the way around. So that's what I made. So I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to do it with pink and then white polka dots. So we'll do that, and then we'll be finished. Let's work on our skirt. I should have probably had you do these beforehand, but you can just pause the video while you make these. These are white wrapped bands on the pink or whatever color skirt you're gonna make. You'll want to put the polka dot color onto your skirt color. So I'm using a different pink for the skirt just because, just so it'll show up a little bit better. So I made 14 of these. You can do as many as you want or as little as you want, or you don't even have to have the polka dots at all, but I think the Minnie Zoom Zoom does have little polka dots on her skirt, so this is the best way to do it, I guess. Or you could do beads. You could do like seed beads or something instead of bands. So, and to make one of these wrapped bands, you just wrap around once, grab all of those, and then wrap it again, and then take one loop and wrap it again. And this will just make a tighter little dot. And then you take your skirt color and move these bands on top of it. Sometimes I have problems with this, especially when they're so tight. Okay, and then just scoot it towards the center. So that's one, and make as many as you want. I'd say about 15 is a good number. Okay, so for the skirt, this is going to be a little bit different. We're not actually like crocheting starting with a magic ring. We're just going to make a chain and go from there. So what we want to do is take your skirt color. This is going to be your capping band, but we're also going to use it to crochet in. So I'm just wrapping it around one time on my hook, and then I'm going to pull up 18 bands. So I'm going to make a single chain with 18, not counting this one here. So that's 1, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, okay, I thought it broke. I think that was 15. 16, 17, and 18. So we've just got a long chain like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is kind of stretch this out a little bit so you can see what we're going to be doing. We're going to be going into each one of these stitches just like we would in our magic ring, but instead this is just a chain. So this is where I want to start right here. You see that's V, that's a stitch right there. So I'm just going to go in there. I'm going to do a single crochet. I'm going to go in the next one, and I'm going to do 2 single crochets in that one. So there's 1, going back in the same stitch. Here's 2. Okay, I'm going to go in the next stitch over and do a single crochet. There's 1. The next stitch over is going to be 2 single crochets. There's 1. And here's 2. And I should have been adding my polka dots, but I totally forgot. So I'm going to do that in this one here. So this is a single crochet here. There's one, and then my next stitch will be a double or 2 single crochets. So there's 1 and 2. Then we've got a single. Next one will be 2 single crochets, and I'm going to add polka dot here. Add these wherever you want. You don't have to do what I'm doing. And we're going to do another single crochet in that same stitch. Okay, our next stitch will be a single. Our next stitch will be 2 singles. So there's 1 and 2. Our next stitch down will be a single. There's 1. Our next one will be a double. So basically we're just going all the way down the line with single, double. Next one will be a single. Our next one will be a double or an increase. Next one will be a single. Next is an increase. Next one will be a single. Next will be an increase. And then our last one, which was our capping band, we're still going to go in there and treat it like a stitch and just do a single crochet. And then we're going to grab another pink band and chain 1. So this is what it should look like. So this is the row that we were working on. So now we just want to turn this over and start working on the side that we haven't done anything with yet. So I'm going to go back into that capping band and start I'm just going to be doing single crochets all the way down this row. So I'm going to do single crochets all the way down and then adding my polka dots in wherever you want to. You might just have to straighten it up a little bit just so you can see which ones you're going through. So again, these are just all single crochets on this side. It's always kind of awkward to get those wrap band ones through. Okay, so I'm going to go through this last one here with a single crochet. So this is what it should look like here. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. My battery was running low, and so I had to plug it in real quick. And I've got hair everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to put those aside because you don't need those anymore. Okay, so we've ended here, and then I'm just going to take one band and chain one. Just like that. And then now I'm just going to start working down the same row that we just did, not the one where the increases are. So the side that has all the stitches over here, just leave that alone. This one that has more stitches than this side, just leave that. So we're going to start working in this one, and we're going to be going the opposite way. Even though your stitches are going this way, we're going to go this way. And what we're going to do is, okay, hold on, let me get situated here. Okay, so we're gonna take our hooks and we're just going through the back loops only. So here's the front loops, the ones that are facing towards you, the ones that are closest to you. These are the front loops. We're going to the back loops, and we're just gonna single crochet through the back loops only. So just whoops. Okay, so that was one. So I'm going to go through the next one, just the back loop. And I'm just going to do that all the way down till I get to the end. Actually, I don't even know if these are considered the back loops or the front loops, but to me, I would think that they would be called the back loops. Since they're furthest away from me. So just keep going. Now it's a little weird crocheting this way. It's a little flimsy. but Minnie needs a skirt, so. So I'm almost at the end. I need to stretch this out a little so you can see a little better. Okay, so I've got one more loop here, and I'm going to just tie this off. So I'm going to go through both of the loops and tie off. So there's your skirt. Give it a little tug just to loosen it up a little, because it's supposed to be a little bit, you know, flowy, I guess. So there's her little skirt, and we'll attach that. So let's go on the opposite end. So we tied off here. Let's go to the other end and tie off there as well, so that we can attach it. I'm just going to go in this loop here and tie a slip knot. Okay. And then the way the real Zoom Zoom has it is it's just attached like this. So just make sure you're even on both sides. And then you can just, let's see, how should we do this? Let's just go through the body on the bottom, and we'll pull this through. And then let's do the other side. Just going through in here and pulling through. I also got a bunch of stuffing too. I'm going to hold on to this one, and I'm going to bring this loop closer to this loop, because I'm just going to tie them in a knot and then tuck it in. So I'm going in the hole, the same hole that the other band is coming out of. So now they're together, and now we can just tie a knot. Okay, and then we can just tuck this in. All right, so there's her little skirt. It's cute. She's cute. Mine's a little bit loose. I should have probably brought this one down a little bit further, but it's okay. All right, so let's make her tail real quick, and then I'm going to add some cheeks to her as well. So for her tail, you'll just need black. And I'm gonna do wrap around 3 times. So there's 1, 2, and then 3. And then I'm just gonna double loop the whole tail. So I'm gonna bring my cap band over onto my double looped band and then reclaim. And I'm gonna keep doing that for the length of the tail. So however long you wanna make it, however short you wanna make it, it's totally up to you. I think I'm gonna do maybe 10. I think I did 8 for Mickey, but I might do 10 for Minnie. Let's see. I don't even know. I did 4. There's 5. There's 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Yeah, I'm gonna do 10. Okay. And then I will grab, depending on where you want to place it, I'm going to place it where the pink is. So I'm going to grab a pink band and bring that through my tail. So that's what it looks like, and I am just going to hold on to one end. Well, I'm just going to take this off of my hook for now. And then I'll go through a portion in her body and pull one end through. Then I'll go through another portion of her body and pull the other end through. So I have both bands on my hook, and then I'll just slip knot this and then tuck it in. Okay. And cute. Okay, I'm gonna put some cheeks real quick before I say goodbye. So if you want to add cheeks, like I said in the beginning, use whatever you want. It's probably gonna stick to the bands. Well, I got some on her eyes. Okay, so I'm just dabbing a little bit. There's your Minnie Mouse. I hope you guys were able to make her just fine with the color changes and all. And I'm gonna apologize again for I don't know. I just feel like I was kind of out of it while I was doing this. But I know my voice is probably all monotone, and it's just because I'm like really tired of talking because I've done a few tutorials already today, so my voice is just tired. But I really appreciate you guys watching this video, and I hope you like your Minnie Mouse. And if you did make her, share her with me on Instagram at Christina.Davis. So far we have made, in the Zoom Zooms, I have made Mickey and Minnie. And then we've got Donald and Daisy. So, this is what we've got in the Zoom Zoom categories for now. I hope to definitely expand it because there's lots of little cute characters to be made. So thank you again for joining me, and please like and subscribe this video if you'd like to see more of these tutorials, and have a great night. Bye.